Hello and welcome to Sunstop Music, and today I'm going to be reviewing something a little bit different. This is a taiko album from Isaku Kageyama. It's called IK, and I hope you enjoy it. This is what it sounds like. As soon as I started listening to this, I knew I was going to like it because it was very different from the taiko that I've heard. If you are not a viewer that is familiar with taiko, rather than talk about it, I'll put some links in the description to some useful resources so that you can learn all about it. It's a Japanese, I don't want to say traditional because it's very, very new, but it's a Japanese style of drumming. And it's cool. The album opens with the sounds of the rainforest. We've got the sound of running water and bird song and all that kind of thing. We've got some beautiful, beautiful fue solo playing. And then the taiko comes in and it's all very dramatic and very nice. The thing that jumped out to me first was the fact that it's so well produced and the sound of the drum is just so full and warm. And the same goes for all the drums, you know, even the shimmy and all that kind of thing. It just sounds really, really nice, which is something that is hard to capture in taiko because obviously part of the experience of taiko is hearing it live and feeling it and all the rest of it. He's really taken advantage of the fact that he's working in a studio and he's really used that small environment to enable you to hear all the little nuances and all the little subtle things that the drum can do. And then on the second track, it's completely different. Already, it's like it just scraps everything that you thought it was setting up, and it's very upbeat and it's very nice and cool, and it's got loads of different percussion in it. It's got some really nice, warm, full ambient synth sounds that really open up the track and really sort of fill it out. And I can't quite put my finger on what the tuned percussion is, but it sounds quite gamelan-esque. So there's just so many different things from different cultures and backgrounds coming into it, and it all works really well. So the third track, Yatai, takes you back to the more sort of traditional, if you like, feel. It's got a really, really nice shimmy solo in the middle, and I really like how sparse it is as well, which contrasts with the second track, which then takes me on to the fourth track, which does exactly the same thing, except it focuses more on the dynamics and the volume and the weight of the drums and the things that it can do rather than rhythmic patterns until the sort of second half of it, where a more sort of firm, really nice actually Juchi pattern comes in and it just really lifts it up. The next track, we've got Edo Bayashi Conversations, and I really, really like this. It's like a conversation between the two drums and it's so good, and I just had this picture in my mind of watching two performers really talking to each other and really just enjoying themselves. I love how the patterns twisted around each other, and it was really cool. That's one of my favourite tracks, I think. I really enjoyed that one. And then in the next track, we go back to that synth sound and we've got the ambient synth, and I really, really enjoyed this one. I think the synth in the previous track was more sort of there to fill the space out a little bit, and in this one it really has a more of a lead role in the music and it really sort of converses with the drums. Yeah, I think taiko and ambience work really well together, and I'm gutted that it wasn't my idea because it's really cool. I really like that he's added reverb where necessary, like all on sort of some of the accented notes, he'll all of a sudden put this mad ambient reverb tail on it and it'll just sound dead epic and cool, but not everywhere. I really like that things sort of shift and change, and he's really made subtle use of the sort of production techniques that you can use with taiko, which hasn't been explored all too massively yet. I think that's a really cool direction that taiko's going to go in. I'd love to hear a whole album of that kind of thing. I'd love to see where that could go. In the final track, we've got some electric guitar. It's quite funky, it's got a nice groove to it, lifts the mood of the drama of the previous track. This has got that rock feel to it with some soloing electric guitar and stuff. And I like it, it's fun. I really like the percussion section that's underneath, holds everything together. We bring back all these other percussive elements that we heard at the beginning of the album, and I love how taiko comes into that and how it doesn't have to always play a central role, you know, it doesn't always have to be mad rhythms. I feel like this track maybe could have benefited with having a more stable melody on the guitar rather than, it feels like it's just one long sort of 5-minute solo. So that's something that I'd have liked to hear, but I really like it. Yeah, and I think taiko just sounds great with that kind of thing. I think that's something that needs to be done more. So yeah, good all around, really cool album, and I've listened to it a few times and I'll probably listen to it a few more. If you like the sound of that, if you don't know what taiko is, this is a cool gateway into taiko actually. I think it would be. Yeah, cool. So thanks for sticking around to the end of the video. Please send your stuff in to sunstopmusic@gmail.com if you are an artist with a new project coming up, or you've just released something that you're really itching to get reviewed, and if we like it, we'll feature it in a video, and yeah, it'll be cool, it'll be nice. Cheers, we'll see you soon.
It's brutal. It's it's really heavy.
The taiko you've seen is really heavy.
Yeah.
Um,
And it's scary. It intimidates me.
Taiko intimidates you.
Yeah.
Yeah. But what I like about this album is that it's not intimidating. It's nice and it's upbeat. And Ryan is pulling faces and disagrees.
It's scary!